Hello, dear friends. I cried tears of joy at this news. Let's hope there is no catch. Opinion piece. War over. Peace has won. Power struggle. The storm is here. Smooth transition. Start your engines. Operational phase. Strategic dominance. Peace and security at last. Let's start. The peace agreement with Iran will be signed on Friday in Switzerland, which could herald changes in the global price of oil. This global peace could indicate that the moment we have waiting for is about to arrive. The era of suffering for profit is coming to an end. What you see here is what comes next. Stock rise and oil plummets after the agreement. President Trump finalized the Middle East peace agreement announcing, in quotes, "The agreement with the Islamic Republic of Iran is complete. Congratulations to all. I hereby fully authorize the toll-free opening of the Strait of Hormuz and simultaneously authorize the immediate lifting of the U.S. naval blockade. Ships of the world, start your engines. Let the oil flow." Close quotes. According to Sierra, on June 14, 2026, his 80th birthday, President Trump posted 6 sentences that ended the war, reopened the most important shipping lane on the planet, and caused the price of oil to plummet in less than 4 minutes. Let the oil flow seemed like a prearranged signal. 90 seconds after that post, 3 carrier strike groups, Eisenhower, Lincoln, and Truman, began their withdrawal protocols. You don't coordinate these carrier strike groups in 90 seconds unless you have given the order. We were told that it was a memorandum of understanding negotiated with Pakistan. What actually happened was an unofficial agreement finalized on June 8th in Oman, 6 days before the public announcement. The signing in Switzerland on Friday is just theater. The actual signatures were placed in Muscat by people whose names will never appear in any press release. Iran didn't agree to dismantle its nuclear program because of the sanctions. Iran agreed because they were shown what would come next. The result? A 60-day deadline. Complete elimination of enriched uranium stockpiles. IAEA inspectors will have limited access, unlike in 2015. Real access, including to military installations. In return, $147 billion in frozen assets were released, sanctions were lifted, and oil exports resumed. Protests in Iran. Protests in Iran against the peace agreement took place on Saturday, June 14th, in front of the Foreign Ministry. The demonstrators included women wearing black chadors and carrying red and black flags. These protests reject the progress of negotiation for a Pakistan-mediated peace agreement. They believe the pact does not favor Iran's national interests and fear a reduction in Iranian strategic influence over the Strait of Hormuz, accusing the negotiators of having conceded too much. The proposed agreement includes a complete ceasefire on all fronts, including Lebanon, the lifting of the U.S. naval blockade of Iranian ports, and the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. The signing is scheduled for this Friday in Switzerland, with 60 days allotted for negotiations on the nuclear program and remaining sanctions. The protests are being led by hardline extremist groups who reject the agreement because they believe Iran is losing influence and making too many concessions. Peace and security at last. The biblical message in 1 Thessalonians 5:3 is precisely the opposite of a happy ending. It warns that when people say such things, sudden destruction will follow. In quotes, for you know that the day of the Lord will come like a thief in the night. While people are saying peace and safety, destruction will come on them suddenly, as labor pains on a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. But you, brothers and sisters, are not in darkness, so that this day should surprise you like a thief. Close quotes. Reset news. According to Judy Bington, the reset is nearing its operational phase. Central banks and financial authorities are coordinating to confirm the transition. One recognized the transition will begin with the open operation of the new quantum-secured monetary system. Smooth transition. All previous tests have been successful. Recent tests include an offline quantum transfer that ran flawlessly. With stable infrastructure and support teams in place, the transition is expected to proceed smoothly and without significant disruption. The storm is here. Mainstream media will be cut off, while the new Starlink satellite system will connect us to quantum systems, gold-backed currencies, and free energy. The QFS was launched in the background of May 8th in 2009 countries. Every sovereign citizen will be issued a quantum wallet, preloaded with their birthright value, derived from their birth certificate bond, their lifetime tax contributions, and the interest stolen since 1971. Tulsi Gabbard says that more than 120 taxpayer-funded biological laboratories in 30 countries have been hidden from public scrutiny. The problem was that a hidden wealth of underground cities, bases and tunnels lay beneath the surface. These secret structures have given rise to conspiracy theories. Benjamin Fulford believes President Trump should remain in office until the entire system is replaced. In his view, it's better to keep this leader in power until the whole system collapses. He adds that this process is already underway, that a secret war is being waged to defeat those who are preventing the arrest of the bad guys. The situation has reached such a point that the special forces working for different factions are now fighting. The system survives thanks to secrecy. Transparency is its greatest enemy. The 53 names of the famous list will be read aloud in the House of Representatives according to Axios 4B. Congressman Thomas Massie has invoked the Constitution with absolute immunity. No court can stop what he is about to do. The names include people who still appear on television, continue to run companies, and continue to advise governments. Power struggle. Power struggle between the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. According to Mr. Poole, two dominant power factions have operated behind much of the modern financial and political system. Despite vying for power, both factions shared absolute secrecy. The Rothschild network is described as a coalition of banking dynasties, European aristocratic families, and financial institutions. The Rockefeller faction emerged thanks to the oil empire. What began as cooperation eventually turned into competition. As oil solidified into one of the most valuable industries of the planet, the Rockefeller empire acquired enough power to rival the financial influence of the old European banking families. Control of information became as important as control of money. Major media outlets, financial networks, and centers of corporate power became battlegrounds for maintaining influence over public perception. However, the system is changing. Growing public awareness, independent media, and increased institutional scrutiny have weakened the influence these dynasties wielded behind closed doors. Furthermore, younger members of these dynasties have distanced themselves from the old structures and are unwilling to defend them. Truths. 3 big truths according to Coach Jerry. In short, we move forward and win because God wins. First, galactic beings are real, both benevolent and malevolent, visiting and residing on and off the planet, some even within the Earth. Second, the coalition is largely in control. Some specific problems exist in the third dimension, but we are victorious in love, light, and truth in the fifth dimension. Third, although the full geopolitical revelation is related to our ascension, some world events are beyond our direct control. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.